My name is Laura and I am an online English teacher. I've been teaching English for the last 18 months online. So for anyone who's interested in getting a remote job or wants a job where they can work from anywhere, work online, this is perfect for you. So I'm currently living in Thailand, but I've also been an online English teacher in Bali, in Vietnam, in Ireland, all over in Norway. It's really great. It allows you to work while you're traveling and have a guaranteed income every month, which is amazing. Of course, a lot of jobs, when you're working on your own business or when you are freelancing, money is not guaranteed. But with online English teaching, you have a set wage coming in every month, so it's very reliable. In that way, it's brilliant. So here I've made a little spreadsheet called Online English Teaching Jobs 2018. I'll link it below so you can go onto it yourself. But here are some of the English schools that are hiring people right now. So I'm going to go through some of the companies and then the criteria in these columns here. So what exactly is teaching English online? If you already know, skip this bit, but just a very quick summary. It's just instead of teaching English in a classroom, you teach online over a platform like Skype or Zoom, or else on the platform of the company itself. And it's usually one-on-one lessons, but it can also be group lessons, so maybe with 2 or 3 children or adults, depending on who you're teaching, as I'll go through. So let's get started. First of all, great little company called Sprite for Future are hiring at the minute. They're based in China, so country is obviously where the students are based. So their time zone is GMT +8. Now, the peak hours usually for teaching English, especially in China, would be from 6:30 p.m. until 9:30, maybe 10 p.m. in the evening. So those 3 to 4 hours. Companies will want you to be available for within 2 to 3 of those hours, or depending, again, it says it back down here, but a certain amount of days and a certain amount of hours. So +8 GMT means if you're in China, you're working usually between 6:30 and 9:30 p.m. at night. If you're in the UK, that is, of course, you'll be working 10:30 a.m. until 1:30 a.m. If you're in America, again, it's earlier, it's 5 in the morning. So don't worry if you're not an early bird and you're American. There are also companies in other parts of the world, like Korea, we have USA, we have worldwide. So let's get into it. Sprite for Future, GMT +8, China. This is a web application, which means that you will be teaching from any browser on your computer or laptop. Lesson plan. Lesson plans are already done for you, so they're already pre-made, and if it says no here, it means you have to make them yourself. Luckily for Sprite for Future and for most of them, they're already pre-made. So what you would do is you go through the lesson card by card with the student. Very easy, very basic. With younger students, it would be colors and numbers. And then as they advance, of course, the language and the theory gets more complex. So with Sprite for Future, 5 to 12-year-olds, you have a minimum hours per week. So this is required by the company. You have to teach at least 8 classes a week, and the classes are 50 minutes long. Now, the pay, what you've been waiting for. Pay is very good with Sprite for Future, so it's between $18 to $25 an hour, which is incredible, nearly unheard of for remote jobs, which have full flexibility and, again, guaranteed income. So accent. What kind of accent do you need to have for Sprite for Future? So you need a native English-speaking accent. So this is somebody from, forgive me if I forget anyone, UK, US, Canada, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, and Ireland. Now, some companies do prefer to have American speakers, or some don't have any preference. But most of the schools will want native English speakers, meaning if English is your native language, you're good. Some discriminate against accents such as South Africa and Ireland. Me being Irish as well, I don't take any offense, but it can be a little harsh sometimes. BA, so this is a degree, so Bachelor of Arts from university or college, whether it's required or not. So if there's an X in this column here, this means Snaplingo, for example, does not require a degree. Some of these, BA means they do, and some of them require either a BA or a TEFL. So Bachelor of Arts doesn't actually have to be related to education or to teaching at all. In fact, I did German and business as my undergraduate degree, and I'm an English teacher, so it's not relevant, but for some reason the companies require that you have one, perhaps to be of a certain age or education standard. I'm not exactly sure. TEFL, so this is teaching English as a foreign language, or You also have TESOL. So if it says TEFL here, it means it is required. X means it's not. And then there's some companies that require either TEFL or experience. So depends on which one. Yeah, teaching experience for these companies. So for Sprout for Future, 1 year. For Data ABC, you don't need any as long as you have a degree. For VIP Kids, you need 1 year. For Snaplingo, 2 years, or TEFL. So again, dependent. You can follow the rest of them down here as we go along. Great. Then how do you actually apply for the jobs? So here's the email addresses that I've laid down for all of the different contact people in the schools. You can see them here. But what's actually most important is the application link. So you click on this link and you can apply to be a teacher. You might have to upload a copy of your resume or your CV and upload a video or an audio introduction. Depending on what it says, I've actually detailed what you need to do in each box as well. Some of them I'm currently working as a recruiter for a lot of these companies. So you can send your application directly to me. So this is where it says laura@mytraveltribe.co in this box. So you can send, CV, and then depending on the company as well, sometimes an audio or video recording and a cover note too. So you can go through the rest of these yourself. It's fairly self-explanatory. Just the minimum hours a week. There is a chance now if you don't like only teaching children, even though a lot of teaching schools will be focused on teaching children, there are some companies that deal with adults. So Cambly is a great one, deals with adults. Also 66 Speak and Put School. So Put School, the students are beginners in English, but they're usually from age 22 to 38. So you get to teach adults, which is a good thing for some people. And Cambly is probably the outlier here, and that's a bit unusual. I mean, you don't need any degree, TEFL, or teaching experience, and it's very conversational based classes. So you just log onto the app and you start teaching. For this reason, there is a slightly lower wage of $10.20 per hour, but it's actually based by the minute. So you could have a 30-minute class and that would be $5.10. But this is perfect in terms of flexibility. You have a lot of choice and you can just log in last minute and start teaching straight away if you have some extra time. So again, teaching English is a really great opportunity to make some extra money. Whether you're doing it as a full-time job, you can often work up to 30, 35 hours a week with some of the companies, especially if you combine two different companies, you can definitely work 45 plus if that's what you want. You can also, as you see here, some schools only want 2 hours, or some people only want 4. So there's also the option just to do it on the side to earn some extra guaranteed money while you're either freelancing, learning a skill, or developing a business. So I hope that was helpful. Again, I'll link the spreadsheet below so you can have a look through, click on any links. And if you have any questions, just let me know, get on to me, and I'll be happy to answer absolutely any questions you have about the application process, the interview process, or just about teaching English in general. Thank you.